Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're going to work on some Warrior 2 poses and some variations in today's video. Great for stability in the spine, great for opening up through the hips, and great for finding overall strength and balance. So we're going to do a quick warm up before we come to our Warrior 2 sequence. So come to the end of your mat. If you have some yoga blocks, you can have them handy. We may or may not use them. If you don't have them, that's fine. A small stool or chair to have close by, or even I have in the past taken a couple of books and stacked them up and tied them together with some ribbon to approximate a block if you want to. But for right now, let's come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. So feet hip distance apart, lift all your toes, spread your toes, place your toes back down. So find that grounded connection to the earth. And then as you inhale, turn the palms up, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Think full inhale, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. And then as you exhale, turn the palms down and release the breath from the lungs, top of the lungs to the bottom. So do that a couple more times. Sun breath. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead, reaching all the way up through the fingertips. Exhale, let the arms again float back down. Do that one more time. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Exhale, release the hands all the way back down. So this time we're going to float the arms again once more all the way up. Palms together this time. As you exhale, let your knees bend, fold all the way down, standing forward bend. Let the crown of the head release down. Bend your knees nice and generously since we're not really warmed up through the hamstrings yet. And then as you inhale, come halfway up. Let the hands rest on the shins or the thighs, lengthen through the crown of the head, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. So we're going to find this nice length from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale, bend your knees, fold all the way back down, and then press into the feet, float the arms out to the side, and come all the way back up. So we'll do this a couple more times. Again, just warming up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale again, bend the knees, folding down. Press into the feet, float the arms out to the side, come all the way back up. One more time. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale again, bend the knees, folding back down, and then inhale the arms out to the side and come all the way back up. So we'll add on, so exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. This time as you exhale, bend the knees again, bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to take a big step back with the right leg, lower the right knee down. Uncurl the toes, make sure your left heel is underneath the knee, press into the feet, sweep those arms forward, up and overhead, coming into a lunge. Think of that left hip drawing back, press into both feet, and think of bringing your pelvis right over top of your center. So we're not just hanging and lunging forward here, we're thinking of engaging abdominal muscles, finding this core strength. Inhale and exhale. Now bring both hands back down to the mat. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, step that right foot up beside the left, back to that standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat. Now slide that left leg back. Lower the left knee down and curl the toes. Press into the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Again, lowest ribs towards the hips. Find that alignment, head over the shoulders, shoulders over the pelvis. Inhale and exhale, and then bring the hands again back down to the mat, curl the toes under, lift the back knee, left foot up beside the right, back to that standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding down. This time, both hands to the mat, step right leg and left leg back to plank pose. So straight line from the crown of the head to the shoulders, through the tailbone to the heels. You can always bring your knees down to the mat for a little bit more support for your lower back. Inhale and exhale. Now draw lower belly in and up, sit bones up and back. Come to a bent knee, downward facing dog. Let your knees bend, releasing the tip of the tailbone up, draw the lowest ribs towards the hips. Find that core engagement here. Inhale and exhale. And then looking towards the hands, we're going to take a big step forward. Actually, this time let's pedal the feet forward and just walk your feet back up to that standing forward bend again, just as we're warming up. Knees bent, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way down, float the arms out of the side, come all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart, pausing here. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to go through that little plank downward facing dog sequence one more time. So inhale, float the arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, find that nice length through the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the mat. This time slide your left leg back first. So left leg slides back, right leg back to meet it. Find that plank pose. Inhale and exhale. And then lower belly in and up, sit bones up and back. Come to your downward facing dog. This time slowly pedal through the feet. Press down through one heel, get a nice stretch on that leg. Then bend that knee, press down through the opposite heel. Get nice and slow. And then as you're pedaling those feet, go ahead again, and walk them towards the hands. Come back to that standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Float the arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale and exhale. So now come to face the long side of your mat. I'm going to warm up a little bit for the outer and inner thighs here. So step your feet nice and wide. Start with the toes pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Find that grounded foundation, find the length in your spine. So think of finding your mountain pose here. Bring your hands to your hips, draw the shoulders onto the back of the body. Inhale and exhale. Now turn your toes towards the front corners of your mat. So come into a base for star and goddess here. And then reach the arms straight out by your side. So nice star shape here. So reaching out through the fingertips, press down through the feet, lengthening from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. Now turn the palms up, bend the elbows. As you bend your knees, think of sending your knees towards the end of your mat. And even bring your hands down to the inner thighs and encourage those thighs to open up and those knees to go towards the end of the mat, not collapsing forward. So finding that foundation there. And again, if you feel like you need a little support here, just keep those hands resting on the inner thighs. If you feel like you've got good stability in the legs, then you can bring your arms to those cactus arms, goddess arms. Good. Now inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Do that a couple times. Inhale and exhale. Good. Once again, inhale and exhale. And then inhale again. Stay here. Reach out through the fingertips. And then release the hands back down to the hips. So for the moment, turn your toes back again to face the long edge of your mat. Inhale and exhale. Now turn your right foot towards the end of your mat. Take your back foot, have the back edge of your foot parallel with the back edge of your mat. So that might mean that those toes are turned in slightly, and that's fine because this hip is going to be rotating that direction, so that is fine. So from here, find level pelvis. So when we turn the hip, we kind of probably get this little drop in the pelvis. So bring your pelvis back so the pelvis is level. Bend your knee. Make sure your knee tracks right over top of your heel. If your knee shoots past your heel, step your foot out wider, longer towards the end of your mat. And make sure through this whole sequence, this is the most important alignment here, is the knee stays right over top of your ankle. Come back and find that alignment of the pelvis again. Inhale and exhale. This back hip is going to be turned and rotated forward slightly. Our hips are not going to be facing the long edge of your mat. You may have heard that. As a cue for Warrior 2, it's one that we've kind of given up on because we really want to pay attention to this alignment here rather than trying to turn our hips all the way to the side. So your back hip is probably going to rotate around a little bit, and that is fine. So bring your arms out by your side. Look out over that right middle finger. Make sure you have this nice alignment in the spine. So think of mountain pose here. So we're not going to tip over. We're going to keep that nice alignment. Press into the feet. Inhale and exhale. Good. So really find, again, that foundation, like press down into all four corners of that front foot, press into the outside edge of the back foot. Think of the inner arch lifting, but keep the big toe and the heel grounded. Inhale and exhale. Now keeping the same foundation with the legs, don't change anything with the lower body. Bring your left hand, to the thigh, turn the right palm up, sweep the arm a little forward, and then bring it up and over, coming into peaceful warrior. Inhale and exhale. So adding a little element of length into the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Good, then come back to your warrior two. Press into the feet. Again, think energy in the legs. Straighten the right leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn the right toes back in. Pause for a breath. Inhale and exhale. Now turn the left toes towards the end of your mat. Notice what happened to the pelvis. Again, right foot's going to turn in slightly parallel with the back edge of the foot. And actually, if it feels better for your body to turn that foot in even a little bit more, that's fine too. As you bend your front knee, again, check that alignment. Is it over top of your heel? If it's shooting past, knee shooting past your heel, step your foot out a little wider. Come back and find that alignment of your pelvis. Make sure your pelvis is level. You'll feel, again, this back hip is going to rotate a little forward, and that's fine. Inhale and exhale. Make sure if you glance down your knee, you should just see your big toe right to the inside of your knee, and then you'll know you have that knee over the heel. Bring your arms out by your side. Look out over that left middle finger. Press into both feet. Inhale and exhale. Good. Really feel that stability. Press down into the feet and then find that rebound of energy up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. And then again, keeping everything like it is. Don't let the legs move. Bring your back hand to the thigh. Turn the front palm up. Sweep it a little bit forward, up and back. Inhale and exhale. So variation for this, if it doesn't feel good for your shoulder, you can always rest your hand across your lower back if that feels better for your shoulder, or just keep the arm straight up, or again, that little reach back alongside the ear. Many variations. Just make sure you're breathing and you find that stability in the legs. Inhale and exhale. Good, then come back through your warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Straighten the front leg, bring the hands to the hips, turn those toes back in. Heel, bring the heels a little in, the toes a little in, the heels a little in, the toes a little in, the heels a little in, the toes a little in, and then adjust yourself so you have your mountain pose with your heels and feet right underneath the hips. Bring the arms again down by your side. Close the eyes. Notice how you feel. Float the arms up one more time. Again, keep the eyes closed. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands down to the heart, pausing here, lifting the sternum to meet the thumbs. Find your breath. Just inhale and exhale. And then very gently let the eyes open. So that is a short little introduction to Warrior Two pose, Virabhadrasana 2. If you'd like to repeat that sequence again, it's a great little sequence. You've got a little flow to warm up. You work on the poses a little bit and then come back to your center. And again, you can repeat that several times to make your practice a little bit longer. But great for stability in the spine, great for working the hips, both creating some mobility and stability in the hips, and great for, again, warming up before you maybe hop in the saddle and take a ride. So thanks for joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Check out Grey Horse Yoga in the description box below, and I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Have a great day. Bye-bye.